Hey, friend Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, why don't you grab a stool and come belly up. Dive Bar is a 6% Berliner Weisse from 18th Street Brewery in Hammond, Indiana. I've had a couple 18th Street beers on the channel, but all I've had so far from them have been IPAs, and I'm not going to lie, I'm just kind of getting a little IPA'd out. There's so many different ones. When I saw they were releasing a Berliner Weisse collaboration with Watermark Brewing out of Stevensville, Michigan, I thought, why not? I like Berliner Weisse. This is a good time of year. It's been hot. Berliner Weisse is great in the summer. It'd be a nice change of pace. So we're going to take a look at the label. We're going to get it into a glass. But first, I'd like to thank my executive producers, Brian Kramer and David Jeffries, for helping to bring this review to you today. If you'd like to become a producer, help out the channel, or maybe even just buy me a beer, take a look at my Patreon at patreon.drafttherapy.com, where you can get early access to these videos and a few other special perks available only to patrons. Let's take a look at the label. This one really pays a lot of homage, or has some nice callbacks to both 18th Street and Watermark. So 18th Street does a lot of these kind of labels that are very, almost, I would call them like metal. They look like they should be on a metal album cover. On the top, it says 18th Street Brewery in a green foil. It has the kind of dark look to the front of the can. It almost looks, it reminds me a little bit like of a dollar bill. It's kind of got that green, kind of brown looking color on it. But this one has the diving suit that is Watermark's kind of mascot or their trademark or their kind of logo. And it is just like turning into bones. So it's looked like the meat has been stripped off of this diver. And then on the side here, it has the 18th Street Brewery skull, which has 18 like tally marks in the four eyes of the skull. It says Dive Bar Berliner Weisse with mango, pineapple, and vanilla beans. There's like nice green foil seaweed coming up, and on the other side it has the government warning. It says brewed and canned by 18th Street Brewery, Hammond, Indiana. Please recycle. I just think it's a cool looking label. You can see this on the shelf, and you can tell that, as long as you know what to look for 18th Street, it's an 18th Street Brewery beer, and then you can tell it's Watermark because, again, it has the diving suit on it. So I'm going to grab my Draft Therapy Tiku glass today, and we're going to go ahead and crack it and put a nose. I do not see any kind of canned on date on this, but I believe this is a fairly recent release, so we're going to go ahead and crack it. It's not like IPAs, where IPAs are like very time sensitive. Berliner Weisse, sour style ales like that can kind of hang around a little bit longer. Let's put a better nose on it here, though. Getting a lot of a kind of a sour kind of note to it. Definitely plays on there's a little bit of a vanilla on there, but you can tell this is a Berliner Weisse, like a sour, style ale. Go ahead and pour it. Coming out a nice golden yellow color out of the can. Collecting in the glass. It's got a white head. Maybe just a little bit off-white, but pretty white, pretty brilliant. Lots of very close, dense bubbles. If we hold it up to the light here, it has a haze. I cannot see through that. The color is more of a golden yellow. It looks very bright yellow. And putting a nose on it. Oh boy, again, get a little bit of that kind of sour aroma out of it, but a little bit of a vanilla. A little bit of a citrus, maybe. Let's go ahead and try it out. Cheers. Mouth feels really nice and refreshing straight off the bat. Not too heavy, not too thick, not even medium, not super light, not super thin, but it's got a bit of a chewiness to it. But the mouthfeel itself is just a nice kind of, it's a nice kind of light flavor. What I'm getting out of the flavor, let's talk about the flavor here. Straight away up front, you're getting that nice kind of puckering sourness that you get from a Berliner Weisse. It's like almost, it's just like a really biting kind of super strong, like citrus note, but it's not so strong that it overpowers everything. And I'm getting out of this, I am getting a little bit of a mango. I'm also getting a little bit of a pineapple. And I am getting that little bit of vanilla on the very tail end, on the very just tail of this beer. It's really tasty. What do they say here? They say mango, pineapple, and vanilla bean. I am definitely getting mango on the upfront. Right after that sourness kind of subsides, that mango comes through. The pineapple is like really what comes through the most, though, because the mango kind of dissipates and the pineapple comes through quite a bit. And you just get For me, I just get a really faint vanilla bean flavor in there, vanilla flavor. But yeah, the pineapple's the thing that once that mango kind of, well, the mango and the vanilla kind of come through around the same time, but that pineapple's where it really kind of shines through, what really pushes through. This year, I've noticed pineapple's been like a trending flavor in beer. I don't know if it's a new thing or just something that I've noticed, but I really enjoy getting that pineapple flavor in beer. I like having that kind of tropical note to everything. It really ties together, it really kind of rounds out the sourness that you get at the beginning, but it's, again, it's a Berliner Weisse, so it's not like a hardcore sour beer, like a, think of like, you know, think of like a Jolly Pumpkin style sour. It's not that kind of sour, but it has a nice pucker to the beginning of it. Has like almost like a really strong kind of lemonade flavor at the very beginning. That's the kind of sour you're getting more on, that citrus kind of sour. Not so much of that acidic kind of sour, but once, and you get a little tingle, I get a little tingle in my jaw. Once that subsides, again, that's when that mango, that vanilla kind of mix together, you get that nice kind of pineapple flavor that just kind of rounds it all out. So it's a really nice kind of, you know, really refreshing style sour ale when you're not in the mood for IPAs, when you've been like me, a little bit IPA'd out, a little burnt out on IPAs. You can go and grab something like a Berliner Weisse. You can kind of substitute it for an IPA. You're getting, you know, it's a different kind of flavor profile, obviously, but you're getting a nice, you know, the Berliner Weisses, unless you get like an Imperial Berliner Weisse, you're not going to get a much above that 6.5% range. They're generally in that kind of, that range, like 5.5 to 6%, 6.5%. So it's a nice kind of beer, like I said, for a substitute for IPAs. Are really great in the summer because they are very refreshing. That sourness kind of gives a little bit of relief, and they're not usually very thick or very heavy. So you know, you're getting that kind of light, almost a mower style of experience, but not having to just drink a lager. You're getting that Berliner, you're getting that kind of sour end. It's more, I think of Berliner Weisses as more as being like a entry level kind of sour. And I think this one definitely fits the bill. And I also think that, you know, I really like the fact that they mix that mango, that pineapple, and vanilla bean. And it's a really good way to highlight, you know, that IPA kind of deal that 18th Street does so well. And then, you know, IPAs, of course, Watermark does that too. But Watermark just seems to be able to do these really kind of crazy, really inventive kind of things with beer. And that's why, you know, that's what drew me to this beer, but that's also what keeps me drinking, you know, keeps me coming back to both breweries, is they're both very inventive, and this is another beer that is indicative of both of their styles. It's a really nice kind of marriage between the two breweries. All right, friends, that has been Dive Bar, a collaboration, like I said, between 18th Street Brewery and Watermark Brewing. Have you had this beer? Or do you have any other suggestions to get me out of that IPA funk? Let me know in the comments down below while you're down there. If you like beer, you might want to subscribe and click that bell. I'm here talking about beer twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's all for free for viewers just like you, and you might miss your newest favorite if you're not subscribed and getting those notifications. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by. Remember, drink craft beer, support your local breweries. These guys are both in Hammond, Indiana and Stevensville, Michigan. And until next time, don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time. Cheers.